I never realized how heavy life could feel until the year everything fell apart. And it didn't happen slowly. It struck like a sudden storm, scattering pieces of my world everywhere. My name is Daniel, and before that year, I believed I could handle anything. But life has a way of testing the strength you claim to have. It began with a phone call. Daniel, your father collapsed at work. They've rushed him to the hospital. I ran out the door without a jacket. The air felt colder than usual, as if the world itself knew I was stepping into a storm. At the hospital, the doctor's look answered the question I hadn't asked. My father had suffered a severe stroke. They didn't know if he would walk or speak again. Seeing him lying helpless in that hospital bed broke something inside me. And then life hit again. 2 weeks later, the company I worked for shut down. Just like that, I was unemployed, bills piling, hospital visits draining my savings. Friends who used to call became too busy. People who promised support were nowhere to be found. Every night, I sat alone, staring at the ceiling, wondering why everything was falling apart at once. Sometimes I whispered into the dark, "God, you still see me?" One evening, as I sat beside my father, I watched him struggle to lift a spoon. His hand shook, his muscles weak, but he kept trying. Again and again. Finally, the spoon reached his lips. He smiled, faintly, tiredly, but full of quiet victory. Something inside me shifted. If he hadn't given up, why should I? The next morning, I made a choice. I would stay positive, even in this difficult situation. Not because everything was fine, but because giving up wouldn't make anything better. I started small. Every morning, I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for, even if it was something as simple as breathing, sunlight, or hope. I visited my father with a smile, read to him, played his favorite songs, encouraged him. Slowly, I noticed he fought harder on the days I stayed positive. My energy wasn't just helping me, it was helping him too. One afternoon, his therapist told me, "Your father seems stronger when you're around. Your energy lifts him." I cried that night, not from sadness, but from realization. Even in my struggle, I was making an impact. My positivity had power. Weeks passed. I attended interviews, faced rejections, tried again. Then, one day in a small cafe, an elderly man approached me. "I've seen many young men give up when things get tough. But you carry a light in your eyes," he said, handing me a business card. "My company needs someone like you. Come in tomorrow." I stared at the card, stunned. The next day, I went to the address. It wasn't just any company. It was one of the biggest firms in the city. They interviewed me on the spot. By evening, I received an email. "Congratulations. You're hired." I collapsed into a chair and cried. Grateful tears this time. Tears of relief. Tears of breakthrough. But the real miracle was at the hospital a few weeks later. I walked into my father's room and saw him standing, with a walker, but standing. When he saw me, he lifted his hand and whispered, "Son, proud." I had to turn away, so he wouldn't see me crying. Every week, he grew stronger, and each step he took reminded me that even in the darkest times, determination and positivity create light. I realized the truth. Difficult situations don't exist to destroy you. They exist to teach you, to shape you, and to show you who you really are. If I had given up when everything was dark, I would have lost the opportunity to witness these miracles. If I had allowed negativity to consume me, I would have missed the breakthrough waiting for me. And if I had stopped believing, I would have missed seeing my father rise again. Life didn't become perfect afterward. Life is never perfect. But I learned this. You don't stay positive because life is easy. You stay positive because life is hard. And positivity is the strength that carries you through. Today, whenever I face challenges, I remember my father lifting that spoon. Weak, hurting, but still fighting. And I remind myself, if he could try one more time, so can I. So if you're struggling, pain, stress, heartbreak, loss, disappointment, remember this. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. Do not let your situation control your spirit. Breathe. Take one small step. Then another. Then another. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you believe. And even in this difficult situation, you can choose positivity. Because positivity is not pretending everything is perfect. It is refusing to surrender your heart to the storm. Stay calm. Stay hopeful. Stay grateful. And above all, stay positive in difficult situations. Your breakthrough might already be on its way. No matter how hard life gets, remember, your mindset is your greatest strength. Stay positive, hold on to hope, and keep moving forward. Better days are coming. If this story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to The Blessed Mindset for more motivation, encouragement, and life-changing stories. Stay blessed. Stay strong. Stay positive.